Hi, third grade. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are having a great morning. Today we are going to be doing quite a bit of review because sometimes what I like to do is I like to stop. I like to look at, okay, what all have we learned? Let's take a review, right? Like just like what we did on Friday. So we're going to do a little bit more because I know number lines can get a little tough. So, first things first, I talked to you during our Zoom meeting. I want to look at this piece of paper right here, the packet with fractions, and we looked over this. We know that the numerator is the top number, it represents the pieces, and the denominator is the whole, the entire thing. All right, so now if we look over here, I want to touch on fractions on number lines and fractions as whole numbers, which is both review, okay? So, and you're going to see a little bit of this today, but not too much, so don't worry about it, okay? We're going to cover that later. So, fractions on number lines. We were looking at fractions can be represented on a number line. Sorry, I messed up reading. 0 to 1, remember? And then we count the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's our whole? Out of 4. 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4. Remember, one whole is 4 out of 4. Oh, look at that. They had that arrow going right there. Isn't that fun? All right, so if you look at the next one, let me find my marker. Okay, if you look at the next one, it's really hard, so you might need to run your pencil over it. Okay. First, we count the pieces. 1, 2, 3. We're not counting lines, we're counting pieces. So it's out of 3. How many equal parts are represented by the number line above? 3 equal parts. Remember Cecilia and Cooper, how it has to be equal because if we're splitting things up, it's got to be the same. Cooper got more than me, right? We know this. All right, so 1/3, 1, 2, 2/3, 1, 2, 3, 3/3, 1 whole. So now that we work on number lines, we're looking at fractions as whole numbers. Whole numbers can be written as fractions. When the numerator is the same as the denominator, the fraction is equal to 1 whole. We know that piece of paper, but here's the part I want to show you. When the denominator is 1, it means there is one group. A fraction with a denominator of 1 is equal to the whole of the number. Okay, so in Chicago, there is this place, and I follow it on Instagram. I've never had the cookies. It is called Big Fat Cookie, and they make huge, like this big cookies, right? And they look so, so good. And so, like, one of them, oops, I forgot to put my chocolate chips on here. One of them is just like the most perfect chocolate chip cookie you've ever seen. The other one is like this ooey gooey brownie caramel. It's so good. I don't know. I've never had it, but it looks so good. And then the other one has like a chocolate in the middle with like sprinkles on it. And then this one is like brownie with cookie mixed together and an Oreo on top. It's amazing. But they are shipped in a package of 4. So if you got one of these boxes and there was only like 3 in there, you would say, excuse me, Big Fat Cookie Company, I got an order and there only was 3 cookies in it. I think somebody ate my cookie. Who stole the cookie from my cookie box? There it is. So, what's our whole? What's our bottom? What's our denominator that represents the whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And how many cookies in the box would make that a whole box? 4. Okay, but so that is Big Fat Cookie. They make the boxes and there's 4 in each box. Now let me show you. Look at this. I was being kind of tricky. If you go to Mrs. Fields, oh, if you haven't had a Mrs. Fields cookie, you are missing out, and we will have to get you one eventually. I gotta find a Mrs. Fields out here. The Mrs. Fields cookies are cookies that are like the size of a pizza. They are so big. And so in the box, there's only one cookie. One big cookie is one whole. So, if I brought a Mrs. Fields cookie, it would be out of 1. This cookie right here in its box is out of 1. 1 whole cookie. 1. That's it. But what happens if I bring a Mrs. Fields cookie and Miss Watson brings a Mrs. Fields cookie and Mrs. Bricado brings a Mrs. Fields cookie and Mrs. Mossman brings a Mrs. Fields cookie? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 whole cookies. 4 out of 1. And we're having a cookie party. So with fractions, it's broken apart and there's 4 that make up 1 delicious box of cookies. But when we are looking at wholes, and this is 4 out of that whole 1, that's whole cookie, right? I hope that makes sense. Let's talk about it a little bit more in Zoom. I'm sorry, my computer keeps making all these noises. I'm going to close it and see if that stops it. All right, we'll keep talking about this. How can I write this as a whole fraction? Remember, I talked about making little dots in there to count it. What's my whole? What's my bottom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And what's my top? 8 are shaded. 8 out of 8 equals 1 whole. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking at today, and we'll be working on them. And don't you worry about this Mrs. Fields cookies. I'm hoping it didn't make you super hungry because I'm starving, even though my drawings don't look near as good as what they do. So today we are going to do some practice, all right? And I made another mistake, and I am so sorry about this. I went through, my packet's not stapled and yours is. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time. And remember, it's a video, so you can push pause to find the page we're looking for, okay? So I'm so sorry about that. So I know it's going to be a little confusing for a moment, but I want us to go and find the homework that looks like this. Mark the fraction. All right, let me zoom you in. Mark the fraction. Okay, and we're going to work on that together. Just looking to see if I can grab something real quick so I can zoom you guys in. I am sorry. Oh boy. Okay. Let me zoom you in. Sorry about the delay. Okay, and sorry about my shadow. I will work on that. So, mark the fraction. If we're looking at this, this is what we've been working on, and this is what we were working on yesterday. We're going to work it again. Okay, they tell us what the whole is, but I just want to check just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so my denominator is 5. It's out of 5. So I'm going and I'm putting out of 5, out of 5, and out of 5. Okay, so remember, 1, 1, 2, 2 fifths, 1, 2, 3, 3 fifths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 fifths. And remember with the 1 whole, how we would do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fifths is 1 whole. Awesome. Next one, they tell us 6. Let's just check in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, our denominator is 6 because that's the whole. So we're going out of 6, out of 6, out of 6. Okay, and oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back up here. They want us to write a dot on the number line. 2 fifths. Remember, I'm not going above, I'm not going below, I'm going right on it. Got to make sure we plot our dot. All right, oh, look at that, it rhymed. All right, so here we go. 1, 1 sixth, 1, 2, 2 sixths, 1, 2, 3, 3 sixths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sixths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 sixths, and then 6 sixths is 1 whole. Now we got to plot our dot at 4 sixths. Now that we've labeled them, nice and easy. Oh, isn't that good? Okay, remember, we're making sure that our dots can be seen. All right, next one. 1/3. 1, 2, 3. Our denominator is out of 3, out of 3. Okay? 1, 1/3, 1, 2, 2/3, 1, 2, 3, 3/3, which is 1 whole. Now we're going to put a plot on it. 1/3. Plot a dot. That's what it's called. Plot a dot. All right. Do you think you could try these last two by yourself? Hit pause real quick and try them by yourself, and then hit play and check in with me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they also tell me that. Now, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8 is 1 whole. They're equal. Now they want me to plot at 2/8. So I'm going to put my dot right here at 2/8. All right, last one. Hit pause if you haven't done this one yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 is 1 whole. They want me to plot it at 3/4. How'd you do? You doing okay? All right, here's our next one that we're going to try, okay? So I know I'm going to send you on a scavenger hunt through our packet. Number line, cut, and paste. Looks like this. It's got a little guy with a missing tooth. Number line, cut, and paste. So go ahead and look for that. Hit pause if you need to to find it, okay? All right, if you hit pause, welcome back. If you found it, great, and I'm sorry to send you on a scavenger hunt. All right, look at this. Our denominator, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's out of 6 wholes, so our denominator is 6. Okay, and we're just filling it in. And then you know what we'll do is we'll cross it off once we use it. I know it says cut them out, but I printed it on front and back for you guys, so you can't cut them out. And also, it's kind of a waste of time. 1/6, what's this one going to be? 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. 1 whole is 6/6. So I used 5/6, I've used 2/6, and I used 4/6. Okay, and actually, let me go back. Cutting things out is not a waste of time. That builds your hand strength. Just for math right now, we can't cut them out. So I take that back, and I'm sorry. Using scissors and glue and toothpaste and all that stuff, it builds up your hand strength. Okay, the next one. If you want to try this one on your own, hit pause and then check in with me. You could hit pause before every single one if you wanted to and try it on your own and then check it with me. All right, so if I'm looking, 1, 2, 3, 3 whole. So what's my bottom going to be? 3. All right, and 1/3, 1, 2, 2/3. See, I don't even need these ones on the bottom, and I don't think you do either, but I'm going to cross them off once I use them. Remember, 3/3 is 1 whole. All right, remember, sorry, I keep saying remember. Last video I kept saying okay. This video I keep saying remember. Next one. Count your holes. 1 whole, 2 whole. Oh, my bottom is 2, 1. 1 out of 2, right? And this is 2 out of 2. So 1/2, there is no 2 out of 2 because it's not filled in that box. All right, because what you can do is you can fold it in half. If I took this paper and I folded it right in half. Last one. Hit pause if you want to try it on your own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 whole. So my bottom is 5. Oh, this one's going to be fun. My bottom is 5. Remember, this one's 5 out of 5 because it's 1 whole. So what's this one going to be? 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. 1, 2, 3. What's the last one going to be? 4/5. Okay, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. Okay, we use them all. Nice. Okay, here's the next one. Now this one, you're going to have to go digging for. I know, I'm sorry. Fraction graphing. Now this one I think is so fun because I love to graph. I think it is so fun. So what I'm looking for is I'm going to look for the graph, or I'm going to look for the fraction, and I'm seeing it. It's out of 2, and 1 is shaded. So it's 1/2. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, okay, well, I found 1/2, so I'm gonna shade this spot in right here. You're gonna want your markers for this, make this look real fun. And then I'm gonna cross it off, because I used it, okay? Here's the next one. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The whole is 5, and how many is it out of? 2. 2 out of 5. So I'm gonna go over here. 2/5. I've got one. Okay, you guys should use better colors than just green. I didn't think to switch mine. Ugh. Next one. Out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So my whole is 4. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3. 3/4. So I'm going to shade in this one. Okay. All right. So that is the one I want you to work on today, and come see me at Zoom. If it is hard for, oh wow, we are zoomed in. Oh boy. If you have trouble with it, that's okay. Come see me at Zoom. The part of this is for you to get used to fractions. We're not just trying to throw you in the deep end with all the fractions. We're having you ease in. Remember, we're putting our toes in the water, and then we're wading in. Right now, we've got the water probably up to our hips, probably, yeah? And we're gonna ease on into these fractions, okay? So, I would love for you to practice fraction graphing today. All right, give it a try and come and see me at Zoom later today. All right, thank you, fifth graders, third graders. I'm sorry, I'm recording all of these at once. Oh, third graders, I owe you one. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Thanks, third grade. See you later at 1 o'clock. We switched back to 1 o'clock. Thank you for being flexible with me today, or yesterday. I don't know.